Trade wars are economic conflicts where countries impose tariffs or other trade barriers on each other. These conflicts can escalate quickly, impacting not just the countries involved, but also the global economy. These disputes often arise from political disagreements, economic competition, or perceived unfair trade practices. Countries may feel that their trading partners are not playing by the rules, leading to tensions and retaliatory measures. The consequences of trade wars can be far-reaching, affecting businesses, consumers, and global economic growth. Companies may face higher costs for imported materials, leading to increased prices for consumers and reduced profitability for businesses. Protectionist policies, such as tariffs, are often used in trade wars. These policies aim to protect domestic industries from foreign competition by making imported goods more expensive. Tariffs are taxes imposed on imported goods, making them more expensive for consumers in the importing country. This can lead to a decrease in the availability of certain products and an increase in prices for everyday items. While tariffs can protect domestic industries from foreign competition in the short term, they often lead to higher prices for consumers and retaliatory measures from other countries. This can create a cycle of escalating tariffs and trade barriers, further straining international relations. The history of trade is replete with examples of trade wars, with the most famous being the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930. This act is often cited as a cautionary tale of the dangers of protectionist policies. This act, passed in the United States during the Great Depression, raised tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods. The intention was to protect American jobs and industries, but the outcome was far from what was expected. While intended to protect American jobs, it backfired, leading to retaliatory tariffs from other countries and exacerbating the global economic downturn. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act is a stark reminder of how trade wars can spiral out of control, causing widespread economic hardship and disrupting global trade networks. Trade wars have significant economic impacts on Europe, affecting various sectors and industries. The European Union, being a major player in global trade, is particularly vulnerable to disruptions in trade flows. These disruptions can lead to increased costs and delays, impacting the overall efficiency of trade. One of the most immediate effects is on businesses that rely on exports. Companies that depend on international markets may face reduced demand and increased competition. For example, the automotive industry in Germany, a major exporter of cars to the United States, would face higher tariffs on its exports, making German cars less competitive in the American market. This could result in decreased sales and revenue for German car manufacturers. This could lead to job losses in Germany and a decline in economic output. The ripple effects of such economic downturns can be felt across the European Union, affecting not just the automotive sector, but also related industries and services. Trade wars also have profound effects on the American economy. While tariffs are often touted as a way to protect American jobs, they can also lead to higher prices for consumers and businesses. For instance, tariffs on imported steel and aluminum, while intended to protect American steel and aluminum producers, have resulted in higher costs for businesses that use these materials, such as automobile manufacturers and construction companies. These higher costs are often passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. Section 4. Comparing the impacts Europe versus America. The impacts of trade wars on Europe and America, while significant for both regions, differ in several key aspects. Europe, with its export-oriented economy, is more directly affected by disruptions in global trade flows. The United States, with its large domestic market, is somewhat insulated from the immediate impacts of trade wars. However, the interconnected nature of the global economy means that even the United States is not immune to the long-term consequences of protectionist policies. Section 5. The future of trade relations. The future of trade relations between Europe and America remains uncertain, as both regions navigate a complex and evolving global landscape. The rise of protectionist sentiments in recent years has cast a shadow over the future of global trade, creating an environment of unpredictability and tension. While there are ongoing efforts to resolve trade disputes through negotiations, the possibility of further escalation cannot be ruled out. Diplomatic channels remain open, but the path to resolution is fraught with challenges. It is essential for both regions to recognize the mutually beneficial nature of free and fair trade and to work towards a more cooperative and predictable global trading system. Collaboration and understanding are key to fostering a stable economic environment. Failure to do so could have dire consequences for the global economy, leading to reduced economic growth, job losses, and increased geopolitical tensions. The stakes are high, and the decisions made today will shape the economic landscape for years to come.